We'll start with in-person questions for the players, and then we'll go to Zoom.
Courtney, what is it about this team thriving when your backs are against the wall or in come from behind situations?
I think that our resilience, we know how to play from behind. We have enough confidence in ourselves and what we have to offer night in and night out. And, we believe we get everybody's best shot. For some reason, every time we play New York, it's a tough game, a close one. But, we believe in ourselves and we just make plays. We trust the work. We put a lot of work into this and, it just shows up in big moments.
You obviously had a big game tonight against the Aces. How were you feeling? Did you feel like tonight was, you felt more like yourself or just as far as coming back from being out 4 games?
Yeah, I definitely felt a little bit more comfortable. It's always hard after you've been out for a while, coming back and playing that, it's tough in the league and they don't stop. And everybody's coming for you. So tonight I feel a little more comfortable. I got to practice a few more times. That makes all the difference.
And then it seemed like you guys were hard hedging in the pick and roll. Was that a point of emphasis this week after the Aces game or?
Yeah, that's kind of always in our defensive playbook. We want to be aggressive. Obviously they have good pick and roll players. They have really strong guard, and Sabrina, we want to try and get the ball out of her hands, make things a little bit difficult for her. It was definitely a point of emphasis. We just wanted to be aggressive.
Hey, Zia, congratulations on eclipsing 1,000 points.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know. Thanks.
Just could you talk to me about just your mindset? Because you always stay ready. Your role is always changing here with the team. So can you talk about your mindset, especially with the game tonight?
Yeah, I think that's just something I try to focus on in general, is just being whatever the team needs me to be. I think it makes you valuable to a team when you can, just sort of fill in. And I think tonight everybody did that. Obviously Candace was out, so we all knew coming in we would have to bring a little more. And yeah, I just try to be ready all the time.
And then one for you, Courtney. When you saw how the Liberty were clogging the paint, what went into your mindset tonight? Because it felt like Andy said, you were back tonight.
Yeah, I was just trying to be aggressive. They were going under, and I didn't want to settle for jumpers, so I'm just trying to attack the paint, get inside the teeth of their defense, and that's when we're at our best because we're in rotation. They're in rotations, and we can pass the ball. We move it. We have good shooters. That was just the mindset, attacking in the pick and roll and inside out.
All right, for Courtney. So coming out of the half, it seems like there was a switch that flipped for you where in terms of, like you said, getting to the paint, it was an uptick in that energy. Was there anything that you saw that you felt like you could just wiggle through to get to those points to start, initiating your playmaking and your scoring as well?
Yeah, I think it was just, kind of understanding the coverage, got wanting to be aggressive, knowing that they were going to go under, but just to not settle. And we kind of adjusted the screen setting angles. Our posts were setting really good screens, and I was getting them kind of on my hip. And the post players playing me for the pass, so that I was able to get into the lane a little bit. That was definitely the mindset going into the second half.
And then for Z, so he talked about how your role is ever changing. Today you started, you get different looks when you're playing with the starting lineup versus when you're coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And you also do a great job, like Courtney said, with screening and rescreening. So can you just talk about how that role, is there a mindset switch because you have different responsibilities with the starters, or is it just a field thing that you do when you're starting?
I think just my versatility has been a part of my game really since college. I came off the bench sometimes in college. When I was at Duke, I started, then I went to Connecticut and I was a bench player. So I feel like it really prepped me just for this level to sort of know, be able to come in, be able to start, and even different positions. I played the 3 a little bit in the pros and the 4, the 5. So, I sort of just put that on myself to learn multiple positions. And that way, if coach needs me to do anything, I can try my hardest and I can be as prepared as I can to do it. So, Yeah, I mean, maybe my mindset changed a little bit with the starters, just, sort of my role. But I just try to bring energy in any type of way, whether I'm starting or not. But yeah, I miss playing with the starters more. I was used to that last year, so it felt nice.
One more for you, Z. So with Courtney being out for a few games, of course the team's gonna take on a different look in a sense, not having a starting point guard, the best point guard in the W.
Mhm.
So how does it feel having her back in the lineup? Is it like a different, like general feel of comfort
Mhm.
having her back, or?
Yeah, for sure. I think Julie did an amazing job, and Dana stepping up. They both did really well. But I mean, nobody can replace the general, so it was nice to have her back.
The playoff race for spots 6 through 8 is super tight. And the Liberty are still in it. They're one of the teams still in it. So how much are you guys paying attention to that race for those 3 spots, especially, knowing that you're gonna open the playoffs likely with one of those teams?
To be honest, we're not at all. I think we're focused on us and just making sure that we're getting better at each and every game. We have a lot of things that we can improve on. And our last couple of games kind of exposed a few of those things. So, we're making sure that we're playing our best. We're peaking at the right time. And when the season's over, then we'll have time to, we see all these teams so many times that we don't need a long time to prepare. We'll be ready for whoever it is, but we're focused on the sky right now.
Thank you, players.
I just gotta do that.
We'll go to Zoom if needed. Annie in the front.
Hey, James.
Hey,
What are your thoughts on your team's defensive effort tonight?
I thought it was good. Thought we had active hands and we forced them into like troublesome situations. So, and they didn't have a lot of open threes. They had some, but yeah.
And then Sabrina finished with 16. She averages just over 17. But that block that Rebecca had at the half, how significant is just one single play like that on defending a player like Sabrina when, a shot like that really can, I don't know, potentially change the direction of a game?
I'm just glad it didn't get called for a foul.
And then just skipping ahead here, sorry guys, but Connecticut on Sunday, do you know whether or not Candace will be able to make that trip?
No, I don't know yet.
Sorry.
Hey, coach, how you doing?
All right.
So you emphasized earlier that you wanted that intensity to be there for the team tonight. How do you think that your team started out in that first quarter, intensity wise?
Thought we were fine. Just can't put them to the free throw line.
And then as far as the way the wings defended tonight, can you just kind of talk to us about how you felt Rebecca and especially Kai did as far as limiting Rebecca and also Sabrina in the first half?
Thought they were good. We just have to be careful that we don't breathe on nobody, get fouls.
Go to Steven in the front.
How you doing, coach? So how did it feel to have, of course she was back last game, but how did it feel to have Sloop's true, full, thorough impact back on your team on both ends of the floor?
It was good. And she was, she seemed like she was back to herself. She just, she had freedom and she played to her strengths and we needed her. No matter what kind of adversity we go through, we needed her tonight. And I was glad that she was able to really settle down and kind of be aggressive and stuff like that.
And then being able to plug and play Azare, she's playing a 3 a little bit earlier this season before players came back from overseas, and now she's back in the starting lineup with Candace out. So how much comfort does it give you as a coach being able to plug and play players in different roles on varying games and have them see success?
I mean, it's nice. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wish she would get a little bit more respect than she got tonight, but she played well. She dealt with a lot of physicalness, a lot of people grabbing her arms, and So I don't know what to say about it, but she played well. She played through a lot of adversity, and I appreciate her playing through it. And for me, I'm just a little tired, really. I'm tired of having to deal with stuff that we're dealing with. And like for me, it's like shameful. Like Johannes did a step back and nobody touched her and she fell and they called a foul. And I just wish we had the same respect. They grabbed Z's arm, they grabbed Ka. And how many times Candace has gotten hit in the head and you don't see a flagrant call? Like people like think I'm exaggerating the respect that we don't get. And like she really did a fadeaway and nobody touched her and just fell down and they called a foul. And they, before Ka got the and one, they grabbed Z's arm all the way up to the basket. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. And so I'm a little sick and tired of it. So this game feels like, for me, it doesn't feel good because I had to sit there and watch that. And it's horrible. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of it, honestly.
Officiating is something that comes up often. How
I haven't
is
talked about it. I just said I'm tired of the respect we don't.
no, I'm not saying with you. I'm saying in the league in general.
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
So that's just my assessment before, asking you this question to that point. How do you feel like officiating impacts the
It's great.
flow of games?
It's great. It's great. I think it's great. I think if you can go to the free throw line by shooting a fadeaway and nobody touches you, it's great. I think if you can drive and have your arm straight up and get to the free throw line, it's great for certain people. But for certain people, it's not. And evidently for Chicago Sky, it's just not that way. Like Ka has to literally get murdered for her to go to the free throw line. Candace has to get murdered for her to go to the free throw line. Sloot has been out with a concussion. I have never shot a flagrant for getting hit to the head. Never. We have never. Never. Somebody went to the game, somebody got hit in the head against Dallas. I asked them to watch it. I get looked at like I'm crazy. But somebody falls on the ground and flops like we're playing soccer, and then they're going to get to the free throw line. And for me, I'm really sick and tired of it. Just tired of it. We work hard. Like we work so hard. We go into practice and we work hard. We don't flop. We try to get through screens. We try to do everything that we want to do to win a game. And for some reason, we have to work a little bit harder than everybody else just to get the respect that other people just show up and get. And I just think it's tasteless. But hey, I don't know.